Hello, everybody. It's great to see you today. You look so happy. How many of you have heard Dave Bass play before? I knew he had a lot of fans here, and he does good PR work, so I'm glad that he did that. Great to see you. Isn't music a wonderful distraction? Because there's a lot of distractions that aren't so wonderful in life, right? And having you here is a wonderful distraction for me. Thanks for being here. So we have Dave Bass Trio today. Dave Bass, of course he's playing piano. He's not going to be the Deputy Attorney General today. He gave that job up about 7 years ago or so and is applying his great intelligence to his music, and he's having lots of success. And I love what he does. I don't like to use the word cool very often, except in January or maybe February. However, Dave Bass and Trio is cool because he does his own thing, and sometimes he borrows a little bit from J.S. Bach or maybe J.S. Bach's son. He's going to do that today for you. Quite fascinating. So Dave Bass on piano, Kerry Kashiwagi on contrabass, and Steve Helfand on drums. Please give them a warm welcome.
Well, first off, we'd like to thank everyone for coming. It's a treat for us to play for you in this wonderful, for us it's a venue, for other people it's a transcendent experience. We'll try to make it as transcendent as we can. Let me introduce you to a fine drummer who's sitting in for our regular drummer. This is Mr. Steve Helfand. Give him a hand, please. And while you're at it, Mr. Kerry Kashiwagi on the contrabass. All right. We're going to start off with a piece from the first Trio album we put out, Volume 1, which will be available here after we're done. It's a tune by Bud Powell that uses a little bit of C.P.E. Bach, the oddest of Bach's 20-odd children. And it's called Bud on Bach. We hope you like it. Kerry Kashiwagi on the bass, yeah. Steve Helfin on the drums. Thank you. That's called Bud on Bach, and that's available on the first trio album, Volume 1. We're going to play a tune from Volume 2 now. This is by Victor Young. It's called Love Letters. It's an old standard. I hope you remember. We do our own thing with it. Love Letters. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love letters. Steve Helfand playing some great fours there. Yeah. So we're going to do a tune that's from our yet to be released, but soon to be released, Volume 3. It's an old standard. It's an old standard I think you'll recognize. It's from a movie we all love, I believe, Casablanca. Thank you, as time goes by. It's the first time we've ever played that. So, pretty good for beginners. Yeah, okay, well, I was so inspired by the first tune we played, Bud on Bach. I decided, since my last name begins with a B, I'll join the crowd. So this is my thing, Bass on Bach. This is also available on Volume 1. We hope you like this, and we hope you pick up the CD. I need music for this one. Thank you. Thank you. That's basso and Bach. Thank you. All right. Thanks so much. We're going to continue with an original of mine that has nothing to do with Bach. But it has to do with the seasons. This is called May. We hope you like this. This is on volume 2. Some tasty drum work there from Mr. Steve Helfin. Super tasty. You've increased my appetite. It's so tasty. Yeah, so that was an original called May. Thank you so much. This next song is a beautiful song from the 20s called With a Song in My Heart. I think that's what's up. Yeah, Rodgers and Hart. Anybody see the Kirk Douglas movie, Young Man with a Horn? Anyway, it's an old movie from the 50s. There you go. And he's, you know, the tortured trumpet player searching for that high note. And Doris Day's the straight-ahead singer who's trying to keep him on course, which, of course, can't happen. And so they're a big recording session at the end of the movie. They're doing this song. And he's playing these beautiful, it's Harry James really playing the trumpet, but Kirk Douglas is a good actor, and so looks like he's playing trumpet. And he just screws up the whole recording session. Hopefully that won't happen here. And this will be on Volume 4, which is going to be out in a few weeks. right, the Steve Helfand again. Super tasty drumming with the song in my heart. Kerry Kashawagi on the bass. Yours truly, Dave Bass. We've come to the end of our program. We really appreciate you being here. And let's have a big hand for Mr. Brad Slocum, who puts this on. Brad, it's a labor of love, clearly, and you can come here during services and probably hear him play better than I did some of that Bach stuff on the organ. The song we're going to end with is also on Volume 2. It's by Dmitri Tiomkin, the famous Russian Jewish composer who wrote music for almost every Western you've ever seen in your life. Now, how this Russian Jew figured out how to create the music for the West and its vast vistas, heaven knows. He wrote Rawhide. He just wrote wonderful, wonderful things. This is called, what's this called? This is called Green Leaves of Summer. It has some corny lyrics to it, which we're not going to sing. It's a beautiful theme from the Alamo. Anybody remember seeing the Alamo with, there we go, with Fess Parker, the original Davy Crockett, and I think John Wayne must be in there somewhere. Sort of a classic, classic movie. Not a great movie by any means, but gorgeous music. And in fact, Quentin Tarantino used this music to open *Inglourious Bastards* in a very super clever way. So if you ever go back and watch for the first time *Inglourious Bastards*, you hear this music with beautiful orchestration and no lyrics at the opening scene when there's that little hill where the French farmers are hiding the Jews at the beginning of that. But this is from the Alamo, and we'd like to thank you again, Mr. Steve Helfand. Let's get another hand for him. Kerry Kashawagi. Yours truly, Dave Bass. Big hand for Brad Slocum. And you can take us home with you if you like afterwards. Okay, thank you. It's been a pleasure being here.
Thank you. Dave Bass Trio, Dave Bass on piano, Kerry Kashiwagi contrabass, and Steve Helfand on drums. It's a welcome change of pace to have you back to Music at Noon. We don't get a lot of jazz here, and we missed you during COVID. And so it's been a few years since we've seen you. First, you were here perhaps in 2016 or so. So, Dave, it's a pleasure to have you. You are cooler than a cold January morning. What can I say? Cool, but with the warmest heart. And you were talking to me about improvisation this morning and how some of the finest composers we know were the most incredible improvisers. Who was the most incredible improviser the world has ever known? What's the name? J.S. Bach. And you played Bach, and you improvised on Bach. So is that a circular puzzle?
Yes.
In a way?
Yeah, it's continuing the loop.
It is continuing loop. And I think if J.S. Bach was here, he would be amazed. And J.S. Bach would say, hey, I want to play jazz.
Probably. A lot of his stuff is very jazzy, just without changing it. It's just jazzy.
It is. It is. It's good for all eras and all times. It's good in the old days and the new days and the days yet to come. And I think maybe Dave Bass will have some of that same characteristic on the new things that are coming out, your CDs that are coming out, and he's got a CD here for you. Take them home with you and put them in your back pocket. You could do that. Great to have you here. Thanks. One more round of applause. And Dave, we're going to see you back here next January. Deal?
Deal.
Good. All right. Great to have you here as well, and hope to see you next week when Susan Lamb Cook and her piano trio will be here to play Piazzolla and other lesser-known composers. So we have there it is. Maybe Dave will take over if necessary. Probably not, though. Okay.
I love Piazzolla.
So thanks for coming, everyone. See you next time. Take care. Have a great week. Bye.
Play the Piazzolla on my first CD.
Well, hey, if it's good in one venue, it's good in another.
I need glasses to see that.
The trio volume 2 here.
Volume 2 is right here.
Yeah.
Okay. How much are these? Have a good week.
Okay, I'm just gonna, I gotta wait. Oh.
But I enjoyed it very much. Yeah, they did pretty much like it.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
What's your name?
It's a big office.
You're amazing. I loved every minute.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to play for you. Oh, you want a signature?
Why not? Why not?
You have to get something that goes on black. Or you can,
Or you can just, it's kind of a, yeah, it's kind of a dark green. Oh, you can bring the silver one.